photographer?
Yeah.
Because I'm guessing, did you start photography back in
England? Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
How did that start?
I feel like I've told this story so many times.
Where? Apart from that one video that we did a long time ago. And
yeah,
you didn't even say it, did you?
No, I didn't in that
You
video,
didn't?
but I did it. I've done 2 like other interviews.
You don't
where I've
talk
said-
to an interview, so what do you mean?
No,
You've said
I
it,
have.
but maybe you've said it to close friends.
No, I've said it in 2 like interviews. One on What's Good Live, and one on a TV station.
Okay.
But anyways, basically my grandma gave me a camera, like a little digital camera. It didn't even have a viewfinder. It was just one of those like little pocket size. And I started taking lots of photos, of my friends and stuff and parties. And I just started to really enjoy it. And then in high school, it was an option as a GCSE. You could take art, you could take textiles, you could take photography. And so I did art and photography. Exactly. And so that's where I like really grew to love it. And I got a better camera and started taking more photos. And that's when my love for it grew. And then I was like, how did I, like, there's nothing else I would want to do in the world.
Apart from
like
this.
That was it. I just knew that was it.
What was your first actual camera like now? Moving from like what?
I had a Lumix Panasonic. I can't remember the model.
You forget your first camera?
Because it was that long ago. I was like 15. And then from that, then I moved to Canon. I had a 600D. Yeah.
I think when I met you,
I
you
had
were
a
using.
600D.
It was a 600D.
Yeah, I had a 600D, but I had a really nice lens. I had an 85 1.2 lens, which I still have.
That lens was madness.
Yeah. Now I have it on a full frame. I have a 5D Mark III.
Oh.
Yeah.
oh, good times.
I know.
Okay, now adapting just to like the Kenyan market and like just starting to get like paid gigs, because I mean I've had like a few photographers who like were saying how like it was tricky to like you know land specific clients and just balance like your cash flow in the country.
Yeah, I feel like when I moved here as well, I was 16, so no one took me seriously. Like I didn't have a website, I didn't have a massive portfolio of work, so I found it really hard to get paid jobs. And it's funny to think back now on the jobs that I took and I just wanted experience, to be honest. I was so willing to do anything. I just wanted to be busy and to be working and to learn. Exactly. And that's when I took an internship with Emmanuel Jambo, and learned so much from him. And just, I wasn't being paid, I wasn't making loads of money, but I was getting so much experience, which is what has pushed me today to be where I am, because of that experience working. I think I was with him for like a year and a half or something. And
you're actually constantly in the field and learning, like shooting.
And seeing how to work with clients and how the industry is for photographers here. That was like, I couldn't have learned that from school. I needed that experience with it, like firsthand. So
what was the hardest part to learn about just getting clients and dealing with clients? Because now you're interning for Jambo, and then now you start your own thing, like independently.
Yeah, I think the hardest thing was like knowing your self-worth and knowing like, and being strong with that. I really struggled in the beginning when you quote someone and they go, oh, that's really expensive. And you're like, okay, but that's what I think I'm worth. But I didn't have that confidence to say, oh, but I know I'm worth that, so I don't want the job then if you're not willing to pay me that, which I'm totally fine with doing that now. I don't have a problem with that. But before, I found that really hard. So I would end up taking the amount that they wanted to pay and then not enjoing it because I felt like I wasn't. I didn't put my heart into it because I felt like I wasn't getting what I deserved. So although once I built up like a body of work.
I forgot about us completely. I've just realized like,
our food. Once I built up a body of work, then it became much easier.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Remember why I told you about my usual person?
Yeah. Oh,
that's
yeah.
Right.
I got it.
Yeah. So what were you saying?
I was saying that once I built up a body of work, it was easier to get clients and be more confident in like my self-worth and but that was the hardest part, was like dealing with money, because I also
that's
felt
always the
like
biggest issue, right?
Yeah, and I felt like I loved photography so much. I still love photography so much that, to be honest, I would be happy to do it for free, but I need to survive.
Yeah,
like the only reason I
yeah.
need money for it is because I need to.
Your
pay my
landlord
bills
doesn't share
exactly.
the same passion. Like,
Exactly.
just stay here for free. I like seeing people stay in my house for free.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
that's what it was.
What specialization are you in when it comes to photography?
I feel like portraits, I would say.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you. I specialize in portraits, people. I do other stuff, like even this week I've shot interiors, and I do travel and documentary sometimes, but I feel like the stuff that I am
passionate about, that makes you really happy.
Yeah, that's like people. I find people very interesting. Whether that is travel or documentary or weddings or family photo shoots, any of those I love doing.
That's nice, because I think, who else did I talk to? I think Tatiana was telling me about how at times you do have to shoot almost everything.
Yeah.
And then now you start identifying this is what I actually...
Yeah. I do feel like now I'm lucky enough to say I don't want to shoot that, or I do want to shoot that. But before, I definitely shot stuff that I didn't want to shoot or didn't enjoy shooting in order to get to where I am.
Looks good. Sure you don't want
it looks really good. It's not about wanting.
Oh, yeah.
I want it.
Yeah.
Look, this is the healthy version without the pastry and the sugar, and then the yogurt. And you've got the...
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I have the
delicious version,
healthier version.
No, I have the healthier version. Just because you've got some green mint on it doesn't make it...
The presentation is on fleek. Huh? This is nice.
Yeah, it looks good.
So,
really good.
Just as a photographer, the people around you, just friends and family, do they understand that? Because a lot of people tend to struggle.
Understand what?
I mean, because there's some people who, in their family, they're just used to people doing conventional jobs.
See. Yeah.
And arts is kind of hard for, you'd have that one auntie who's no, don't let your daughter do this.
Yeah.
Make sure she does this, because this is guaranteed.
Oh, yeah.
This is not. So have you ever gone through...
So I feel like I have the best mum in the world. I have a mum who said, do whatever, follow your dreams, basically.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work out, come back home and we'll start again. So I never felt like...
Oh, wait, she gave you that option?
Yeah. Literally, she told me that as well. There's no shame in coming back home. If you never feel like you need to stick it out if you're not happy or you're struggling.
Come through, let's figure it out, and then you can start again.
So because of that, I feel like I had that confidence to go out and do whatever it was I wanted to do, because I felt like I was supported in whatever I needed. But then, having spoken to my aunt, for example, she was like, yeah, I always thought it was a terrible idea. So, but look at you now, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I should have just had confidence in you. And my grandma was very much wanted me to go to college, even if it was photography
green tea
school.
For her, and then
Thank you.
And your grandma?
Yeah. No, this is yours.
Oh, that's mine. That's mine. Green tea for her.
That's the mint tea.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
grandma?
My grandma wanted me to go to college, and I think it's a different generation of when you think people need to study to get somewhere. And the value of kind of life experience.
Are you telling kids not to go to school?
I'm
and
not.
study?
No, I'm not.
Is that the message we're putting out there?
No, the message I'm putting out there is that university and college isn't for everyone, and it doesn't mean that you're going to fail in life because you don't have a degree and because you're not book smart or, and you can also, like me, get A's but not want to go to college. It doesn't.
You're a straight A student?
Not straight A's.
Okay, but you used to get just proper.
Yeah, I got A's and A stars and B's in my GCSEs.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to go and study
didn't feel
maths.
like
Just because I'm good at it doesn't mean that that's what your passion is
Yeah.
and what you want to do in life. So that's my message, is do what you want to do.
And I think a lot of people nowadays, you can notice they there's some people, if you've met them, like they got stuck in that space where they were like, just because I'm good at reading and everything, they took up on a career, and now they're like, I wish I did like something that I really do love.
And even people going to university, I've obviously never been to university, but I have people close to me who have gone to university and who really have been around people who have really struggled because they didn't want to be there, and they're there because their parents think they're there, and then they actually don't get the most out of this expensive education. If they had waited a few years and worked out what they really wanted to do, maybe they would have gone to university, but they would have studied something different because they'd have found what it was that they wanted to do, not what their parents wanted.
Or some who study in uni, they spend like 5, 6, 7 years. They pay all that school fees, and then once they're done,
they do something completely
different. Yeah. So you can only imagine if you put that money into something that you actually really love.
Exactly.
And that's where, like, now, if you have really understanding and supportive parents, I think it can be like the best thing that happens to you.
No, I've been so lucky.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would have, like, I didn't even want to do high school. I was miserable.
Okay, now high school, at least we have to finish.
I'm so glad my mum, I'm glad my mum obviously made me do that. Like, in the UK, legally, you have to be in education. Then it was up to 16, now it's up to 18, but I'm really glad I did that. But she didn't say you have to go to college. That was where I was allowed to do whatever it was I wanted to do. And who knows, maybe in the future I will go back and study something. But right now, I'm very content and happy where I am.
And it's kind of tricky to get that space where like you just identify and you can tell yourself that I'm actually happy doing this, and that's what matters.
Yeah, because there are people who are miserable at university, not doing what they love. I feel like life is way too short to not do what you love. So, yeah.